Welcome back. Got Braden with me today. We're going to continue on our weekly shot routine tips and tactics, if you will, for preseason preparation on this video. So stay tuned. All right, so last week we started talking about uphill downhill shooting, and with that, just to refresh, if you didn't catch that video, I encourage you to go back and watch it. Otherwise, we're, in addition to bending at the waist for up and downhill, we're taking our hips and moving them towards the uphill side to get more range of motion for that shot. With that, today we're going to incorporate an actual practice routine. So this is something that I like to do. Again, if I don't have a lot of time, I can get what I'm going to show you here done multiple shots with each position in less than 20-25 minutes. And it's something that if you're really focusing on your shot execution in these awkward positions, it can benefit you when you actually get out on the 3D course or into the hunt scenario. So we're going to start with Braden sitting flat on the ground. So if any of you watched the maximum effective range challenge we did with rock slide last season, I integrated one of these shots. So Braden, go ahead and neutral position, whatever feels comfortable for you, on seated flat on the ground. Go ahead and draw like you're drawing your bow and execute that shot. Okay, shot position number one. Okay, that's one arrow, one shot position number one. Number two, same position with sitting flat on the ground, and now I want you to draw neutral and rotate externally, rotate towards me. Get a little bit, there you go, external trunk rotation, and execute a shot there. Boom. Okay, next position is going to be the same, draw neutral and rotate internally. Now, I'm going to let Braden finish this shot, and then I'm going to have him rotate for you towards the camera. So you can see right there, core is huge here. If you're not used to doing this, one with the release trainer, it's going to be really tough with the bow. Braden, do me a favor, spin around, get your feet towards the wall. Okay, good. So draw neutral for me, and rotate internally again on your trunk. Okay, now you're going to hold right there for a second and execute that shot. Stability-wise, if you start to slouch forward, you can imagine what that's going to do in your sight picture. So really focus on having a tight trunk here and working through that shot. If you do this with the release trainer at least once a week, these positions, you're going to be much better off once you actually start shooting your bow. So position number two, let's go ahead and get up to your knees, Braden. Same thing, Braden's going to draw neutral position, whether he likes to be upright or sitting on his feet, I don't care, just getting a kneeling position and execute a shot. So that's position, this baseline position from a kneeling, same thing, draw kneeling, externally rotate. All these positions you can really think about when you're in the field, you know, it being whether you're spotting and stalking and you sneak into a position and shoot, hillside, there's so many variables that you can bring into play. This is really just meant to, so go ahead and draw and externally or internally rotate to get you outside of your comfort zone. And again, you're practicing all these positions, and you don't even have to be out of range to be able to shoot your bow. So next sequence is going to be whether you want to sit on a bucket, you want to sit on a chair. Maybe this is that ground blind simulation. You got to, you know, same thing. Neutral, just go ahead and shoot one from your Braden, just internally rotate here. So we're going to shoot neutral, externally rotate, internally rotate. So you get the idea so far. So go ahead and stand up for me, Braden. So he's going to just do a standing shot now. So this is position number 4, with each position having 3 shots. I just kind of nicknaming this around the world because you're shooting neutral, you're shooting externally rotated, you're shooting internally rotated from all these positions. Go ahead and internally rotate for me this time, or that's fine, yeah, either way. So finish this shot off, and again, you're working on keeping a strong core, stabilizing. Braden obviously has a lot more range of motion. That's the other thing you're really learning here, is how much range of motion, how much movement you have. One more shot standing, and then we're going to throw in the uphill shots and downhill shots. So continuing again from last week's video. So Braden, go ahead and standing position again. We're going to draw neutral. You're going to take your hips, you're going to shoot uphill now, so we're going to be working our hips a little bit. There you go. And now do me a favor and externally rotate a little bit. So you can imagine the stability that's required here to keep a solid sight picture. One thing you could do with your buddies, you know, whether you want to, you know, it's a game of horse or it's a game of pig when you're out in the 3D range, something to mix it up. Start mixing up some different shot scenarios, mix up your feet position, and integrate these shot positions. If you're practicing them here, you're going to be better off from them. Maybe take some money from them out in the field. But again, we've got 6 basic kind of baseline shot positions, from flat on the ground, kneeling, sitting, standing, and then standing uphill, downhill. You can also integrate kneeling downhill, kneeling uphill, internally, externally rotate. All these shot positions are just going to make you that much better prepared when you actually get out in the field. So that's all we've got on this video. We're going to continue with some weekly shooting tips and you know, tips, techniques, body positioning. Use the release trainer as much as you can. Like I said, you can sit here. If Braden did this with his whole sequence, doing, you know, a couple shots per position, he's probably going to leave here sweating here in a little bit.
Right now. Yeah, I'm worked out. I got a strain in my back now.
So it's one of those deals that this is something that most people don't do. Most people are going to go to the range. They're going to stand flat on a flat surface, shoot at 20 yards, 30 yards, whatever the case is, and not get out of their comfort zone hardly ever. If you're really prepping for bow hunting, which we like to do here, you know, what we really hammer with all our courses and everything is plan what you're going to do, prepare, execute, and repeat. This is part of that preparation phase. The planning is us actually helping you organize some of your shot routines, practice routines, prepare, and hopefully when you get out in the field, you're ready to execute. So thanks for checking out another video. We'll see you here next week.